We now move on inside Tokugawa's mansion. Tokugawa is saying, "Sorry for calling you so suddenly. Kazaki-san. No worries. This is about the boss, right? What he's agreed to do. It's certainly huge enough to be fit for Hanayama, but this is the worst possible opponent for him. I've heard that it's Miyamoto Musashi." "Kazaki-san. You seem an intelligent college graduate. You turn my head. It's only education. Then, let me ask you this. Do you know much about clones?" "Clones, you say?" "So then. That means the man who calls himself Musashi. He's not a man who calls himself Musashi. He's the real thing. Well, I'm speechless. Blade incidents. Maybe a specialty of your trade, but this is something entirely different. So, he's an able swordsman. Straight from the old days? Retsu Kaioh was cut down by him. What? We now go back inside the Hanayama headquarters. Hanayama Kaoru is really surprised, saying, "You're sure? It's been corroborated. It was a hard fought. Unbelievably hard fought. Outstanding. Brilliant. Downfall." Then we see the strongest Yakuza being speechless for what he just heard. Kazaki continued. "That's what the Goroko Tokugawa told me. He said that he's just too terrible a match for you, boss." Hanayama became so angry that he clenched his fist so hard that it bleeds. He then questioned, "Where is he?" Kazaki replied, Right now, he is heading away from Shibuya and going towards Shinjuku." After hearing that, Hanayama smiled. He then said, "That's our turf. We'd better give him a real nice welcome. Get me there by the shortest route, as fast as possible." We now move on in the year 1616, second year of the Jenna era, during the second month of the lunar calendar. A story passed down through history in Musashi no. On that day, a lone traveling Baki was given one night's lodging by successful farmers of the area, the Hanayama family. Appreciating his long journey, they poured out their hearts with hospitality. That night, scores of robbers broke into the Hanayama household. Hellish shrieks. 5 members of the family slaughtered. An unprecedented tragedy had come to pass, but one single member, a lone child, the sole son Yukichi, survived the night without injury. On that night came a bolt out of the blue. Alone, the traveling Baki, having chosen to struggle to the end, took Yukichi upon his back, covered the young child's body with a temple bell, and stepped forth to block the frenzied thieves. With both arms occupied, slash after slash, cut after cut, he had been carved and stabbed in easily more than 10 places. Yet, even in death, his body stood firm as a shield. The brigands themselves imparted words of admiration and departed. Later, the grown Yukichi, having learned of his own history, gladly devoted himself to the trade of the Baki and had the traveling Bakudo's dignified form tattooed upon his body. Since then, that tattoo has been tattooed onto the back of each consecutive head of the Hanayama family and was at some point crowned with the title of Standing Man, which it wears to this day. But the one raised his hand to this work was indeed Kaoru, who would become the 16th head of the Hanayama family. A standing man who isn't carved apart is no standing man. On that thought, he barged in alone on the rival Tomizawa group, annihilating the group in under 10 minutes. He suffered severe bodily injury, but those sword wounds had been his objective. Hanayama Kaoru, 14 years and 2 months old, sliced up, yet standing firm. Here is seen the completion of the true standing man. The right-hand man Kazaki is saying, "Kind of late for this." Not trying to be rude, but boss, Miyamoto Musashi, you've gotta know who he is. Then Hanayama stared at him. Kazaki continued, "Sorry, course you know." Hanayama replied, "Miyamoto Musashi. He's from that. You know. It's in those historical plays. That with the samurai. And there was. Sasaki? That's right. You're right about that, boss. He's in historical plays. He's a samurai. That's all true. But boss. Is that really all you know? About Miyamoto Musashi? Why? Why? You're going to fight him right now. You're going to fight that samurai. People didn't say the word strongest before Musashi. He's the master swordsman of master swordsmen. In the all-time ranking, he's the strongest. He's the reigning expert at cutting people down. Cool it, Kazaki. Training because you want to win. Studying because you want to win. That's not clean. He cut down Retsu Kaioh. He's got the police scared of him. He's gotta be strong. That's enough. The stuff you've just picked up. That's all you need. Wanting to know more than that. That's when it gets low. Then, it's not a clean affair. That's right. That's the kind of man he was. That's why I've stayed with him. Why I'm here today. That's why I'll stay with him. After today too. He honors his verbal contracts. He doesn't care what's with his opponents. They could be a samurai or a monk. That wouldn't matter to him. Strong or weak. It doesn't matter. On their way to Musashi, the officers then shouted. You have our thanks. Hanayama then questioned. Sure. Where is he? About 70 meters behind us. He's heading this way as we speak. The crowd then commented. Oh, what's happening? Are they filming something? Is this a set? The size of him. Is he a foreigner? Musashi then said. Really? This world is fascinating. Huh? What's up? A fight? He's wearing a sword. Without saying a word, Hanayama quickly removes his jacket and he took his famous stance. The spectators then shouted. They're right there. And, over there. Oh. Awesome. Police? Musashi commented. You've a fine face. The young man thought. Behind a warrior. Why is it dark? An infinite darkness. Spread at Musashi's back. Unending below. Fathomlessly deep. Infinitely. Extending. Yet, when he tried to step forward, there was no height, depth, or width. Perhaps the dark had closed in on him. What would come from the darkness? A mighty sword? A poison needle? Explosives? Spreading wide his legs. And raising high his two fists. In a form that paid no thought to enemy counterattacks. Rather than those of martial arts. Or competitive fighting sports. What it brought to mind was throwing forms. The shot put. The javelin. The discus. Not an instant. Without one single instant of hesitation. He stepped into the dark. The man wearing the tattoo. And the man wearing the sword. Are being silently watched by the police. The police are indeed observing this extraordinary circumstance. The crowd is confused thinking. Hey. Huh? The cops aren't stopping it. When are they gonna start? The master swordsman thought. Oh. Behind this young man. Why is it white? This is the sight of this match? How very rare. In the match with the boy, I saw a banquet expanding to the horizon. In the match with Pickle, I saw blinding gold and praises. With the mighty one, the gold reached to the heavens. Behind the old man of the dark arts, a field of flowers that would color the heart. Yet now, the landscape I see is white. Could it be nothingness? No, no, not at such a young age. Is this a stance? Why like that? He can't offend against anything. He has the face of a man with experience in bouts. He means to come at me like that? What if I were to cut at him? Or blow a poison dart? Or ignite an explosive? I see. This is probably. No. Unmistakably. This is this young man's will. Uncorrupted. And so clean. And unusually gallant. White. An overwhelming whiteness. An all-exceeding brilliance. From that great radiance, the master swordsman accidentally shut his eyes. What do you think of this chapter? Do you think Hanayama's punch will keep the strongest samurai down? Comment down your opinion below. Special thanks to Stranger Dragons Prevail, Francois, The Real Zurvan, a Patreon of the Uts, Jacket, Johnny Might, JJF, OK, Vega Punk, Isam Harris, Awesome Swayable, Trond Becker, Thomas West, Casey, Dead Fox 0606, John Vinovich, Ahmed Zoyer, Mystic Venus, David Fritz, Joshua Ash, Mars Kane, Brandon Zipperl, Claudio Aguilera, Francisco Carrillo, Lowell, Ethan, Haas, Carrot, Brennan, and Will74. We really appreciate your help. If you want to support my channel, please subscribe to my Patreon, LR Shion. I will put a link in the description below. Our next video will be about Hanayama Kaoru knocking out the legendary swordsman. Stay tuned.